Hello, my name is Umar Malik. My serial number is 101236689, and I'm recording a demo for assignment 3. I'm going to start by downloading the zip to clone my repository. I'm going to then okay, so now I'm going to run npm install. I'm going to try and run the program to see if I can do question 2 or part 2 of the demo. Okay. Okay, so this is my library management system. I'm going to show you that it works by logging in with Alice, borrowing the Great Gatsby, and logging out, logging back in with Alice, and returning the book successfully. Alright, and our npm install is done. So I'm going to run npm run sci. And this should run my Cypress test headless. While this is running, I'm going to go through my file structure. So this is where my end-to-end tests are. This is where my commands are within the supports area. I have commands for login, viewing books, logging out, borrowing books, returning books, and placing holds on books. I do have a couple asserts here. So when a user logs in, it asserts that the welcome sign is shown on top of the screen with the user's name's username. When a user selects view books, it checks that the book section, like the division part of the HTML, the book section is visible. When a user logs out, it checks that the username, like for the login page, is visible. When a user borrows a book, it checks that the book section prints out and is visible so that it shows out all the books. When a user returns a book, it shows that the borrowed book section is visible. And when a user places a hold on a book, it shows that the book section is also visible as well. I'm going to go over the first scenario to show my understanding of my Cypress asserts. The rest are pretty similar, just used in different ways. So in the first test, we're testing basic borrower return cycle with two users and one book. So Alice logs in, he asserts on her login, as it did earlier, and then we've Alice views all the books. We're going to verify that Alice has no books borrowed, so it's going to check a certain um a certain text area that has the book counts, and it should contain 0 books borrowed. And then Alice is going to borrow the first book there. We're going to verify that the success message appears, and then verify that the success message includes the Great Gatsby. Then Alice should now have one book borrowed. So we check again the borrowed counts should contain 1 book borrowed. So Alice logs out, Bob logs in, and now Bob, wait, let me see. Alice logs out, Bob logs in. Bob clicks the borrow book button. And we're going to verify that the Great Gatsby is now checked out and verify that there's no borrowed book button. That's how the system runs. So when Alice has the book borrowed, the borrow book button disappears and a placeholder book button appears. So no borrowed book button should appear. Bob logs out, Alice logs back in, and Alice clicks return book. We're going to verify that the borrowed books section has Alice's borrowed book section has the Great Gatsby, and it should be the borrowed book section should be visible. It should contain the Great Gatsby. Then Alice clicks the return button for the first book. We verify that the book The Great Gatsby was successfully returned. Alice logs out. Bob logs back in. Bob clicks view available books. We verify that Bob has 0 books borrowed. Bob clicks the borrow book button to show like all the books that he can borrow. I'm going to verify that the Great Gatsby is now available. So it's now available, and we're going to verify that Bob can now borrow the Great Gatsby. Like the borrow button next to the Great Gatsby should be exist now. It does exist. So Bob clicks it, and we verify that Bob is able to borrow this book. realized that the last part, it didn't really feel that because all the first part, and yet all the first passed successfully. But it took very long because my system is running slow. Thank you.